Hey, it's Mike Brennan. We're back with another MI Tech News TV segment, and we have a longtime guest, Tamara Shoemaker. Uh, been in the cybersecurity program forever, founded the Cyber Patriot program, and she's going to be telling us about a cybersecurity program that's coming up in August. Provide details, Tamara.
Sure. So, August 18th, I've been putting it out on LinkedIn. This is their sixth annual Detroit Official Cybersecurity Summit. And it's put on by Cyber Risk Alliance, and you can become partners with the Cybersecurity Alliance, and if you take advantage of the code that I've been putting on my little LinkedIn posts, which is CSS26 MCISSE, you can go to this conference for free. And you have a lot of local and some folks that they've brought in, top executives and innovators who will be giving you some hands-on um, uh, uh, problems and then also some solutions. And it's a really nice conference in August. If you don't happen to be at Black Hat or those ones out there in Vegas that we can't afford for much, right? They're very expensive to go out there and do Black Hat and so this is another one that happens in August, and it's been doing it for the last 6 years. And I've been very involved in, sort of coming and helping and marketing. They've been wonderful supporter of the Cyber Patriot program, of the WESIS program. I've been very involved with them, helping them to get the word out about them. And they've given us tables and taken care of us really, really good. And again, this thing, goes from 8 o'clock in the morning. It's down at the Detroit Marriott. It goes from 8 o'clock in the morning until 6. And you get breakfast and lunch, and then there's a cocktail an hour at 5 o'clock when things round up, so that you can then talk to the vendors and all the folks that are there and do a lot of networking. And we've got a lot of really cool people on the agenda. In fact, I'll be putting up another LinkedIn post today about the agenda and the different speakers. Um, all folks that I have worked with on different levels on different projects. So it's really cool to see all those folks. And then for my own heart, in my semi-retirement, the only thing that I'm still working real heavy is the MI Cyber Patriots program that you've talked about earlier, Mike. And we've got a piece, we've got a booth, and Donna Davis, who used to work for DTMB at the state level, who's now retired, in her retirement, she has become my secretary and treasurer for the Michigan Cyber Patriot program. And so she's going to be talking about the program there in August on the 18th. And so we would love for you to come down and join her in support of all of that, and get some really good speakers, and, a really nice conference local there at Detroit at the Marriott. But it's nice that we get the Saber Patriot, right, to call out there, right? Because we really, really want professionals in the out there in cybersecurity to help us with this program. In fact, our program has a camp coming up, and we have actually not coming up. Today's the first day of it. So I've been weeding through piles of T-shirts today so that I can go give them to the locations that we're holding the summer camp at.
We'll talk about the summer camp. I know obviously it's too late to sign up because it's already started, but what's going
Right.
on? So,
Yeah, so it's been an amazing program. So we've been doing that every year that we have the money to do it, we do. And I got to tell you that Donna Davis and Justin Bray over at BAE Systems came through for us, helped us with the finances, helped us with locations, and then those two are running those two camps. And so we have one in Lansing over at the Lansing Community College, the West Campus, and that Donna Davis is running that one for me. And she's got folks over there at the campus there, so they get to be on campus. So that's real nice for them, right? So the kids and all that kind of good stuff over there at Lansing Community College. And then the other campus in Sterling Heights. And Justin Bray, who's an employee there at BAE Systems, is the one that put that together. And those kids are getting a real good experience. They are in a skiff at BAE, so they're getting the VIP treatment over there. and in Sterling Heights. So, and at their headquarters there in Sterling Heights. And so it's been a real good season for getting that all together. And yeah, it is too late for folks to sign up, but it's not too late for any corporations that want to pitch in and help us so that we can do even more next year. More camps across the state, like we have in the past. I mean, we have at different times run 5 or 6 different ones across the state. And so we want to get back to that as much as we can. And with this new blood, Mike, I know it's hard to believe, but you and I are getting a little bit older.
Not
And
me,
it's
no, I'm not getting older, I'm getting better, but go ahead.
There we go. We are aging like fine wine. This is very, very true. I agree with you on that one. But we're also trying to, I am anyways. I'm trying to kind of keep, get my responsibilities down to a minimum here as I'm getting older. So maybe I can enjoy, a few days on my boat and, some extra time with my hubby and all that kind of good stuff. But it's been really wonderful to see these younger people stepping up and getting involved in the Cyber Patriot program. And Justin's gotten a whole bunches of volunteers from BAE and other folks that he's in contact with, and Donna's gotten some great ones from Lansing Community College, and then other folks that are very interested in cyber. So it's been a very rewarding, summer getting this one together because as of May we didn't have any money. We weren't sure we were running anything, right? And so we were able to do that. So that was really exciting. And then the other exciting thing that's happened this summer is my husband's final book has come out. We worked on this one over the last year. So about our teaching cybersecurity book, this one where we wrote for for teachers, right, and also for people who are new to cyber. It's a really good primer on what cybersecurity is, and it's in layman's terms rather than the way we can talk about it, right? Because we've been around for a few years. And then my husband decided, the publisher asked if he wanted to do another book, and he'd been saying no, 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 and then it was finally, yeah, you know what, I do, but I only want to do it if it can be Dan Unleashed.
Dan Unleashed. That sounds interesting. Now, do tell
Well,
more.
correct. And that was my thing, was like, really? You're gonna what? And he said, yeah, that some folks might want to light my tail feathers on fire, but I'm gonna definitely do this one that I truly believe in. And the title is Cybersecurity and the Art of Cyber War. And you can find this also on Amazon, just like you can the other book. And this one, like I said, he's taught this for over 40 years. It started as just IT security, and IT quality, and then it morphed into, right, our cybersecurity when the internet became such a big problem, and all of those things. And now we have an upside down kind of solutions and problems with it. And mostly, as Mike, we've talked before, mostly a lot cultural problems. And so, and changing culture is no easy feat, right? And so again, he's got another book, not just not just complaining, as I said, Dan Unleashed, but also a lot of really good systematic ways to get through cybersecurity for the enterprise. And so it's real easy. It's in the security audit and leadership series. And so he had a good time. We had a good time putting that together. We had another person, a brand new person, one of our alum, Amir Jabri, who was also on board. We had the same illustrator do it, our grandson, who's over at CCS right now, continuing his creative studies degree over there. He's going to be the next techie art. He loves to have it all, right? So he's got grandpa's technical skills and art skills and all that kind of put together. And so it's kind of cool to watch that happening. So that's kind of what our summer's been looking like.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about Cyber Patriot. I know you've been struggling financially trying to keep that
Yeah.
afloat and trying to get people plugged in. Have things improved since the last we talked?
So yes and no. We've lost a lot of folks that are not working on. Got it. So you were saying, how are we doing financially, that kind of thing. So again, like I said, it's always up and down for us. Obviously things are tight for everybody right now. And an awful lot of 501(c)(3)s, like what the Michigan Cyber Patriot program is, are suffering. through things. It was nice that BAE stepped up. Also, Donna Davis stepped up, and a couple of other folks this year have stepped up. But it's very, very slow, Mike, and it's very difficult for me to to keep on keeping on. Like right now, we were sort of the AFA normally provides T-shirts for us for our campers, and this year is the first year they canceled that. And so you can sort of see that even at the top, they're starting to lose funding, right, and not doing quite as well. Although this program is just so amazing, I can't get over how and then when I talk to new people like Justin and some of these other folks, these younger folks that are coming on and are getting a little bit, they're sort of getting their positions now. So they've been students, maybe 10 years ago, and now they're, a middle management or higher, and now they're able to start looking back and seeing how they can help. And so they're doing that. And then that's all that we can hope for, right? Is that the next generations come up and help. We were doing it as sort of out in the wilderness and the frontier. These guys are entrenched and they're doing their jobs. And then they start to look around and realize, oh, we don't have a workforce that we need or the kind of folks that we're looking for. How do we get them? And then thankfully, the Michigan Cyber Pager program is there, right? And they can say, oh, we can support this program that's inspiring kids to get involved in this program. Or, as I've said many, many times on here with you, or just to be good employees and not go around the kind of policies and procedures that we put in place to keep everybody safe. Because that's our major problem still. It's still a cultural thing. It's why when my husband wanted to do this last book and I didn't want to have to do it, really trying to retire, I said, okay, we'll do it, because it's still important to get the word out. And it's still important for us to, rattle our sabers and tell everybody all the stuff that we know so that they can continue for us, right? It's not going to be done by us, but it's a continuing battle, right? So we really have to have those reinforcements helping us out and helping to create opportunities for these kids.
Now, I know you were working, and in fact, you were named Educator of the Year, I believe, from the Michigan Council of Women in Technology. Are you working with them at all?
No, not as much as we were. Just and I also stepped down from WESIS as well. Um, Again, I'm trying to because of health issues, I am trying to just kind of keep my things, as close as I can. And Cyber Patriot is one of those I just can't get rid of. I
Well,
don't. I know that if I stop, it's going to go down in numbers as it has like during COVID and those kinds of times when there's not anybody out there leading the charge and talking about it. It's so easy to implement. It doesn't need a ton of support. But having those teachers know that you've got somebody out there that's going to take care of things. Like today, my camp, one of the guys at the camp couldn't get some of the games to work, the Kahoot, which is teachers out there, if you say that word, they all use that Kahoot. So it's an app that's online and you can put all kinds of cool little quizzes out there and stuff. Well, the Kahoot for the AFA game wasn't working, right? But of course, they're a phone call away. They took care of it, and we're back on track. But that's why I support this program, is because it's so easy for people to get involved, stay involved. Very low minimum as far as getting involved financially. Very low bar as far as getting kids involved. Like my camp, you didn't have to have any experience whatsoever to come to the camp, but you still can play the game and still can have fun at the end and learn a ton about cybersecurity and how to protect yourself from being in those camps. And again, they take that with them, right? Especially since it's a fun, lots of fun and games and, prizes and all kinds of stuff that happens during the week. That memory stays with them, and they talk about it later when, they have a career and they come back to me later and they talk about how, remember when I met you at camp? And now they're in the profession. So it's pretty rewarding. So that's the reason that it's hard to walk away from, Mike.
all right. Well, and just one more time, this event coming up in August, give us the details, location, time, and again, one more time.
Sure. So it's going to be at the Detroit Marriott. It's put on by Cyber Risk Alliance, and it's the sixth annual Detroit Official Cybersecurity Summit. And again, you're going to see a lot of really important guys and people that you're used to seeing speak at the different conferences with some innovative ways and cutting edge solutions. And it's August 18th from 8 o'clock in the morning, where they provide breakfast, lunch, and then cocktails at closing between 5 and 6. And if you use my code, SS26-MCISSE, it'll be free admission to it. So you'll get to, there are vendors there that are set up and, the whole, a regular full blown wonderful conference there in August 18th.